welcome to my YouTube channel, my first video. You guys don't even know the struggle that I just went through even to get this video going. I just took like 10 selfies by accident. This is not good. Okay, so first of all, I just want to talk about what this channel is gonna be about. I want to make a little bit of a prep series for you guys because I know in my last prep I had so many people reach out and say how much they loved following the journey on Instagram and just kind of prepping along with me. And it's so fun, and I feel like so many people just don't quite realize what all goes into a prep, and so many people are intrigued by like just the whole process. And it's so fun, and I love sharing it with everyone on Instagram. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's record it all. So a little bit about me and why I first got into competing, I guess. 2018, we moved from Fort Leonard Wood. My husband is military, if you guys don't already know. So we were stationed in Germany first, and then Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, which was awful, just straight. It's just like the worst place on the planet. And then we moved to New York. We moved here in 2018, and when we moved here, I started training at the Y. I had been a personal trainer. I started my business at the time. It was called Body by Sabra. I started that when we were in Missouri, and that just kind of failed miserably, but it slowly evolved and grew into She Lifts Fitness, which is like, it's like my third baby. I love all my girls so much. I love what I do. But anyways, back on track. So yeah, when we moved here, I started training at the Y, and I was there all the time. I was there training for myself, just for fun, and training my clients and all this stuff. And I was just, I loved it so much, but it felt like I didn't really have a goal in mind. I was just like, just working out to work out just because I enjoyed it. I always have. And so I kind of just got looking, and I was like, what can I do? I'm a very competitive person. It's just who I am. But I got looking at how I could, I wasn't into like the CrossFit stuff. I wasn't into this, I wasn't into that. I was like, how can I be competitive oh my God, blooper, lifting weights? And I just was like Googling away and looking into bikini competitions and what all went into them. And I was like, oh cool, looked up some Instagram pictures, looked up, watched a couple YouTube videos of local girls. Is it Cara or Kara Corey? She's another YouTuber. She's in Syracuse, so super close by, and I was totally just like, I loved her videos. And she had competed in OCB, so I was like, you know what? Let's find a competition, cool. Sign me up. I had like no idea. I like paid my entry fees. I did I was just like, oh, sure, why not? Let's do it. At 10 weeks out, yeah. So that was, I had no coach. I coached myself. I Googled everything. I had my own base of knowledge from my own training, because I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm also a certified weight management specialist, and I'm just like I love to research stuff like that for fun. So that was, yeah, it was fun. So I just looked up what all went into a prep, and I prepped myself, and I worked my ass off. I learned posing from YouTube. I did one session with somebody that was like, just also had no idea what they were doing. So that just was not any good. So I did pretty much the whole 10-week prep by myself, and then I went into the show, and I ended up sweeping the whole thing, and I won my pro card that day for OCB. First place, obviously, that means in everything. And it was just like, I love this. But at the same time, it was too easy. It was like, okay, so that's it. So now, like, okay. I mean, it wasn't easy. The prep wasn't easy. The prep was not easy, but I just wanted more. I felt like it was like, where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in absolutely no challenge for me? So that's when I started kind of looking into the big leagues, which is, the biggest is NPC and IFBB, obviously. So, I mean, looking back at the pictures, like, I don't know what they're judging from my previous competition, but if I had taken that look onto an NPC stage, good Lord, I would have made it probably in like maybe third call outs, maybe. Like, it's just like yeah. So I wanted a challenge. I wanted to compete with the best of the best. I wanted to become the best of the best. And so I did some searching around and I hired a really amazing coach. I worked with Adam Bonilla. He is head coach of Team Elite Physique. I worked with him last year and we did 2 competitions. I did the Olympia Amateur in Las Vegas, which was like the most amazing experience. I got 2nd place in my class. I was honestly, because like I said, in the world of bodybuilding, if you are competing natural and then you go to an NPC show, you can't even compare. So I was just my goal was to get first call outs. So the fact that not only did I get first call outs, but I got 2nd in my class, I was just like, I was good. I was on cloud 9. We thought though, you know, I really want that pro card, obviously I still do. And you know, I want to be an IFBB pro. That's what I want to do. So we decided to keep pushing. We found a competition that was, I think it was 8 weeks later, and that was the Toronto Pro Qualifier, I think it was. But at the time, I had been prepping so this show was in September, and I was prepping since May. And this is the first, like, because I mean, before I did a 10-week prep, and I just completely winged it. So this was completely new to me, to be doing that long of a prep. So the fact that from May to September, I thought I was going to be done. You know, you just have that mental, like, I'm going to do this show and then I'm going to stop for a while and take a break until next year, maybe in the spring. And I feel like if you do a show like 2 weeks apart, 3 weeks apart, that's one thing. But to do a show and then do one like 9 weeks later, I think it was 8 or 9 weeks later, it was just like this awful limbo where I was just so tired, and I was like, I just want to eat everything. Like, yeah, it was just a bit of a mess. But I looked good for Toronto, but my posing was off. It was just overall, I had a bad taste in my mouth from things that had happened around that competition, and none of my family was there. I was all alone. Like, it was just like things were going wrong left, right, and center. You know, when something just leaves you with such a negative outlook going into it, I just knew from the second I even arrived at the hotel, and like stuff was all messed up with my rooms, and it was just like, this weekend is just not gonna be good for me. And it was not. I placed 4th out of like 6 people. I didn't look good. I didn't feel good. It was a terrible, terrible long day. Like, I think finals were like 10 or 12 hours after prejudge. It was just like, yeah, it was it was a terrible experience. And after that, it just triggered something, and I rebounded so bad. I just didn't know how to deal with all of that. I had such a great high on that show in Vegas, and then that awful lull where it was just like I was drained, and then I finally got to the finish line, that last competition, and it was like everything was going wrong, and I just went like, nope, done, like, screw it. So yeah, I started eating and drinking. I was binge eating like bad. I remember, because it was in November, so like we had like Halloween candy in the house. I remember just like sitting there in my kitchen watching a show on my laptop, and I just ate like those big ass bags of candy. Like, I could not stop eating Kit Kats. Like, it was terrible. I feel like not enough people like talk about, like, competitors talk about that, and it's something that you kind of feel like you should feel ashamed of, but it's just not, it's something you just can't control after being restricted for that long if you don't have the mindset that you need to have. So I feel like I'm kind of thankful that I had that experience and I know what I need from myself. I'm going into it with a much better outlook this time and a better understanding of myself and what I can and can't handle, and when I need to ask for help and not feel ashamed about needing extra support. So yeah, I took a few months off, and it was just like I was trying to convince myself that I loved this life of freedom and not being in prep, but it's just like the whole time I'm thinking to myself like, God, I just can't wait to get back into prep. I want to, you know, I want to make enough money so that I can afford like another round with either my previous coach or a new coach. I did hire a different coach. I'm with James on Team Atlas this time, and I'm so excited. He's really awesome. Him and Jen and Angie, they're like the dream team. I didn't switch coaches for any like reason that, you know, Adam was an incredible coach. He brought me an amazing for my shows. He really did. I think that you have to know what you want in a coach, and I really wanted just a bit more comprehensiveness with things like that I don't want to be doing myself. Like, I want somebody else to pick my suit for me. Angie designed my suit. I want somebody else to completely handle my posing. Angie does all my posing. I get the emotional support from Jen. You know, it's just things that I needed that were a bit different and that I just wanted to try out, just because why not try something new. But yeah, so I'm very excited to be working with them this year. I started about 6 weeks ago, and it is, what is the date? I don't even know. It is May 29th. So we have been in quarantine now since, I don't know, March something. Prepping in quarantine is really interesting because it's not like you have the gym, obviously. So I've kind of, you'll see it in my next few videos, my super nice home gym. I'm just kidding. I literally have 2 sets of dumbbells and some resistance bands and an elliptical. And that's what I'm prepping with. But you know what? It works. It's enough. If you put in the effort and you just, you know, you have the mindset of what you have is gonna have to make do. And we don't have any shows planned as of yet. I'll keep you posted. Obviously, everything because of coronavirus keeps getting pushed back. So it's gonna be, I don't know, I asked James the other day and he said probably fall. So who knows when or where I'll be competing. We do have my suit selected. It's gonna be freaking gorgeous. I'm so excited. It's so funny too because Angie like completely read my mind on this suit. I had been stalking this color of one and I have it saved like 10 times already for the past like, I don't even know how long. In my Instagram, I saved the things of it from Toxic Angels bikinis, and I sent her in all my stuff that she needed for my suit selection. And then when she came back with the color that was literally exact color that I had been saving on my Instagram for like months, I was like, no way. So I was so excited. I don't think I'm gonna tell you guys what color it is or any of that stuff. I'll just show you when it gets here, which Margaret, she's amazing. She's the owner of Toxic Angels Bikinis. She told me that it will be ready towards the end of July. So when that's ready, I will show it. I'm so excited. The glam is like one of my favorite, if you can't tell by how excited I'm getting. The glam and all that stuff is one of my favorite parts about doing shows. I love that kind of thing. It's just like merging my 2 worlds of like being gritty and fit and lifting heavy shit, mixing with like girly, sexy glam. And it's just like, it's a sport made in heaven. It really is. Yeah, and I'm so excited to bring you guys along with me. So hopefully you're still there. I know this is like the longest video ever. Most of them will not be like this, I promise. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a backstory and an update of what's gonna be happening with this channel. So yeah, I'll be showing you guys some meals, how I prep stuff, give you some of my little prep tips and hacks, and just take you along for the ride. All right, well, I will see you in my next video. Thanks for tuning in.